Hi, welcome to my channel, Promising Creations. Happy New Year to all my viewers, those that have been subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you all. In this channel, I do upload sewing tutorials and pattern drafting once a week or twice a week. For today's tutorials, I'm going to teach you how to draft and cut a shawl jacket. Please do remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll be the first to notify whenever I upload. Please do like and share. It's all free. I also like to see your comments in the comment section below. Now I'm going to start with a basic body. I already have a draft basic body. This is the front part and this is the back part. To start with, we are going to trace the front pattern on a plain sheet, and also making sure that you leave at least 3 to 4 inches at the front and also at the shoulder. You also leave a 3 to 4 inches at the shoulder top here. I left 4.5 inches here. This part I also left 4.5 inches. Now I'm going to trace this pattern here, this front basic bodies on this plain sheet. I'm going to trace it all. After tracing it, before we start the normal drafting of the shawl jacket. Okay, I've done tracing the basic bodies on a fresh pattern paper like this. Now this is my shoulder part. I do away with the allowance, and this is my seam allowance. This is only seam allowance that I have here. Now this is my dart. Now I'm going to start with marking 1 inch at the front of my basic body for button or for overlapping. I'm going to mark in 1 inch downward. I'm going to mark 1 inch downward. I'm going to connect this way. A smooth connection. Now where I want my button to sit, or where I want to put my button, I'm going to go up with 1 inch. I'm going to go upward from my waist. I'm going to go upward with 1 inch. Then I'm going to connect to my neck line. That 1 inch that I went up with, this is the 1 inch that I went up with. I'm going to connect it to my neck line. That's for my lapel, how it's going to be open. Now from here I'm going to give it a curve. I'm going to use my curve ruler to give it a curve because I don't want the front down part to be straight. I want it to be somehow curved to give it that nice look. Now starting from here, just give it a nice curve. Let it have a curve somehow. Then at the back here, at this place, I'm going up with 1.75. I'm going to connect this way so that it will not also be that straight, so that we should have that curve. Blend it up very well. Okay, now I'm going to bring the back pattern and check the neck width that I took. .5. for proper measuring. Then from here I'm going to go up by 3.5 this way. I went up here by 3.5. I'm going to connect from the neck line this way. Then I'm going to go back with half inch. I'm going back with half inch this way. I'm going to connect so that the lapel will sit very well at the neck. I'm going to connect, use a curve ruler to connect it very well this way. Now my shawl, okay, I'm coming up with 3 inches. You can go with 4 inches, you can come out with 3.5 inches, but I'm coming out with 3 inches here. Then I'll connect this way. Then I'm going to connect to the neck line this way. Connect it up this way. Then I'm going to use the curve ruler to give it a curve. I don't want my shawl jacket my lapel to be somehow straight. I'm going to give it a curve from here using my curve ruler. If you can curve with, if you can draw it very well and give it a curve with free hand, it's okay. But you use your curve ruler to give it that slight curve this way. This is what we have now. The next thing we are going to do now is to measure our shoulder. Divide our shoulder into 2. I have 4.5 inches here. I'm going to divide it into 2. Put my ruler into tape into 2. This is my half of the shoulder. Then connect to the dart this way. You also connect to the down part this way. That's all for our front pattern, for our front shawl jacket. This is how it's going to be. Then I'm going to draft the back, add my half-inch seam allowance, but I don't really like doing it. I like doing it in the fabric so that I can also add the allowance, because I'm going to take off this place. Now I'm going to cut. When I'm placing on fabric, I'm going to add the allowance. But how to add the allowance is that you add half inch. Okay, let me add it. You start here. You add the half inch all round. The allowance all round. Now I am going to cut. Then I'm going to split it into 2, eliminating this dart. Then when you are placing it on fabric, you add seam allowance there, and joining allowance that you add here, half inch joining allowance, you add half inch joining allowance. That's okay. Now we are going to draft the back side of the blazer suit or shawl jacket. Now there's no much at the back. The only thing that we are going to do at the back now is that we are going to get the midpoint of the shoulder. This is our shoulder side. We are going to get the midpoint. Now we are going to draft the back side of the shawl jacket or lapel jacket. Now there's no much at the back. The only thing that we are going to do now is to get the midpoint of the shoulder this way. I'm going to measure here. I have 4.5. inches. This is our shoulder. Then you connect it to the dart this way. Then connect this also. Then we went up at the back here with 7.5 inches. We are going to come up also this way. I'm going to connect somewhere here this way. Now at the back here, we are going to go in with 1/2 inch to eliminate that excess puff at the back. We are going in here with 1/2 inch, connect it here and connect it at the top at the neck line this way. Then connect it to the down part this way. That's all for that. Then when you are placing on fabric to cut, you add joining allowance 1/2 inch all round. We already have our 1 inch seam allowance here. Then the only thing that we are going to do now is to cut. We are going to remove this side, but while placing on fabric, we are going to replace 0.5 inch for joining allowance there. I'm also going to cut off this to give it that the same shape at the front. But while placing on fabric, you also add 1/2 inch to that side, the all down part for joining allowance. Going to remove this. Now we're going to cut off this back side. Now this is this center back, this is the side back, and this is the side front. This is the center front, and this is the side front. Now at this part, you're going to add 1/2 inch, for joining allowance all through this way. Then at the side center back also, you add 1/2 inch here. Then here you add joining allowance for 0.5 inches. Yeah. That's all for our shawl jacket pattern drafting and cutting. That's all for shawl jacket. Thank you for watching. Please do give it a trial. Once more, I wish you happy Christmas in arrears and happy New Year. We pray that this year will be COVID-19 free. There is no COVID that will see us this year. Thank you and God bless you all. Bye.